Hi, guys. So this is part two from the baseball parlay tutorial. The first part, we went over the process of picking three-game parlays and how that works. And my key game was San Diego to beat Arizona. And as you know, San Diego did indeed win. And I said that if we hit that ticket, if we hit that key game, there was a good chance we're going to cash some tickets. And sure enough, we did. So let me just go to my account and look at decided in the past 24 hours. Okay, and this is from yesterday. Now, keep in mind that we, that I bet $8 a ticket, and these are the results here. So I hit this ticket here for $8, paid $126.99. That would be San Diego. That was my key. Nashville minus a half plus 152 was my second key as part of my three sets. And Milwaukee minus 1.5 was an add-on. Now, you remember I said about add-ons. You can throw in anything because some of them will hit. And this one did hit. And it paid 126 or about 16 to 1 for a three-team parlay. Okay, and this one hit as well. So let me just have a look at this one. And this one was Philadelphia, San Diego, and Nashville. That was, really the same wheel. And this was the another add-on that hit here. Okay, and that one paid $99 or about 12.5 to 1. Okay, and there's some others, that just missed. I mean, I think we had Indiana here. They lost 119, 114, but they had a 24-point halftime lead. Nonetheless, I made some bets earlier in the day with the Red Sox. This was another one. I had Red Sox onto Nashville again here. And the add-on was Tampa Bay over Detroit minus 1.5. And that paid $99. Here's another one that paid $140, which was Oakland minus 1.5 plus 269 onto Boston. That was my key game. Onto Nashville. Okay, so you can see my risk here yesterday was 136, and I made $514. This is the plus minus for the day, and I made $514 just by risking very small. And keep in mind that I missed a bunch of games, a bunch of add-ons. I could have won, $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, with some better third game results, right? Like here I had Milwaukee minus 1.5 onto San Diego, onto Montreal minus a half, right? So yeah, a lot of these games, a lot of these things could have won. I had Memphis in the first quarter, this turned into a two-game parlay because I got a push on that one. So here, Boston again was my key game. This game pushed, and this was San Diego minus 1.5 over Arizona, paying plus 210. So this was a push, so it reverts back to a two-game parlay. Okay, I also made some of these on Bet365. I had a winner on 365 too. Settled last 24 hours. That's part of these, right? So this one here was Boston in the morning on to Memphis plus 155. I don't know if you can see this. So I had Boston minus 1.5, Memphis plus 155 onto Milwaukee minus 1.5, and that paid 135 for 8, which is about 17 to 1 for this 3-game parlay. Okay, so, for picking 2 games, add another 135 onto this. It's 650, which was my profit yesterday, just for making a bunch of $8 bets. And I'm going to do the same thing today. And this is all based on the strategy that I showed you in part 1. I'm going to do it again, and you can do that for any sport, and it becomes very beneficial. And again, it's a lot of fun to play it because you have so many games of interest. So you can almost every game means something. Another strategy I like to use is not trying to pick and choose the add-ons. I will take when you got games in these high-scoring ballparks like Colorado, Milwaukee, Arizona, Cincinnati, Toronto, Baltimore, and then you get these teams that are going to play around 500 ball, like Colorado, like Arizona, like the White Sox or Minnesota. You can just take the dog in those games as the add-on, minus 1.5, right? You just always do it, if you're going to play these. There's nothing to think about, right? You just always take the dog minus 1.5. You can actually do it with you can pick every single stadium or team and just always go the same way. That way you're not zigzagging and hitting one day and missing and hitting and missing, right? You keep dodging the winner. You'll just consistently have winners because the dog in those parks are going to win every now and then by 2 runs or more. So just keep that in mind. I don't know if I'm sure some of you know my Colorado Rocky strategy. When they play at home, I automatically take them minus 1.5. And just by playing this strategy, that's how I came across that angle. Because I was taking Colorado in these add-ons, and they were winning. I was taking the dog in Colorado in these add-ons, and they were winning quite frequently. So when Colorado plays at home, I just automatically make them one of my plays, one of my key plays. Okay. Again, when you're adding add-ons, you can just have a separate Word document sheet that shows you which team you're playing all the time, no matter what, right? Like when Cincinnati's at home, I take the dog no matter what, minus 1.5. Same with Toronto. And I didn't do it last year with Toronto because they won so frequently at home. That's why I won't do it, with the Cubbies when the wind is blowing out, or the Yankees this year, because they're winning so frequently at home. So those teams that are going to play around 500, I strongly recommend that you just, take the dog at home, minus 1.5, as your add-on in those games. And you can play other money line dogs, like in hockey or basketball or whatever. Okay, so that wraps it up. This is part 2. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can always contact me on Twitter, Facebook, or email, or by email. And I hope you benefit from this and that you enjoy playing it. Okay, we will hopefully I'll hopefully have some positive feedback from you, and we'll talk again soon.